This is really awkward. This is a lot more awkward than I thought it would be. So I took a long time writing up a little mini script for what I would say in this video, but admittedly it's been pretty difficult. But to start off, yes, I do plan on returning to streaming, and yes, I am for the most part okay. I was going to do a face reveal where I come into frame and there I am, but I figured that just my PNG will have to do, kind of dancing around on the screen here. A face reveal is much more special and is deserving of a positive event rather than me kind of rambling on and stuff like that. But yeah, as a warning though, I will be discussing my issues with my mental health, so if you want to skip past this or ask for kind of like a TLDR in DMs, that's perfectly fine and I totally get it. But I might get a little emotional. I apologize. I can't really help that too much. But to kind of start it off, I've had a lot of major life events go on kind of back to back for the last few years, and the big one being that I've had to move 3 times now. The first one being from the toxic house that I lived in Florida. That's the house that I did a lot of my streaming in from 2020 to, I think I left in, or stopped streaming for a while in 23. So a good 3 years that I streamed there, and I think I lived there for almost 5 years. So that one was a long time coming. Then from our initial apartment in the Pacific Northwest, I know, major jump from one side of the country to another, but yes, I'm back home in the state I want to be in. But yeah, from that apartment we moved to a very nice apartment that part of me still misses, but the rent increase was the absolute like maximum amount that they're legally able to do. So after 1 year of living there, we had to move again. So yeah, we're at a much more stable and reliable apartment now in a very nice part of downtown. I don't think I even said what state I'm in Oregon. I'm in Oregon now. I am not embarrassed to say which state I'm in anymore. I live in downtown Portland, which is both I guess depending on who you are, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. But for me, it's a very, very good thing. Aside from the physical locations getting in the way, I've also been in quite a horrible place mentally these last few years. Part of me feels like I kind of haven't really recovered from all the toxicity from the Florida house to an extent, or at least initially. It definitely put a major difficult start for me in the new state. I would lose track of time and kind of just go completely on autopilot for like the longest time, and to an extent even still so now. It's been very, very difficult to kind of live like this and pretending that like I'm content and that I'm happy, but other than that, I won't delve into the specifics, as I don't want to bother you with possible like imagery or anything like that. And that's not why you're here. I'm still very much in the process of trying to find a good medication to help me out through this. So far, my doctor and I have been unsuccessful, but it is something that we're keeping a very close eye on and actively kind of working towards. Additionally, the more I kind of let myself fall into this dark pit where I've been isolating myself, the more irrelevant, I guess you would say, I became. I used to get like plenty of engagement on my posts, where I was very happy with the trajectory of my social media, and I reached well over 1.5k on Twitter, which was massive for me. But unfortunately, that has been very much declining, as people have been kind of, in a sense, forgetting who I am. And you can say that numbers aren't everything. Ooh, don't look at your numbers. But as a content creator, it is almost impossible to do. And in my humblest of opinions, and I'm perfectly fine if you don't think this way, but it feels like when I see posts or videos of people talking like that, it's all from people who already have like established careers as streamers. And I'm not saying that they don't have their own hardships, don't even start, but as someone who's small, numbers are kind of everything, and it's something that you have to keep an eye on and understand what does and doesn't work. I'm rambling. But yeah, now I kind of don't get any sort of engagement now. At most I'll get a singular like, and at most maybe like 50 views. That's been very much playing on my mental health issues as well. And I remember entering the chat of someone who used to be a regular of mine. They're a lovely person. It's okay, but this moment was very pivotal for me, because they had read out my name and my message like it was the first time like we've ever spoken, the first time that they've seen my name before, and that really dug deep, and it's something I'm like fearful of whenever I go into chats now. Yeah. I've been still trying to connect with certain friends, kind of like two of which, oh my gosh, two of which, maybe three, have been very very nice to me. Specifically one of which has been, how would you say, this is part of that I didn't write in because I wasn't sure if I wanted to how much I wanted to get into it, but he's been very reliable in kind of talking, and they're a part of kind of like my own private circle outside of, oh my god, Jesus Christ, I need to get it together. Outside of like streaming and things like that, but there's a handful of people that I used to speak with regularly, I used to game with regularly for streams, and it just doesn't connect anymore. It feels like just because I'm not streaming that it feels like I don't really have a place anymore. And these people, who again are amazing people, I'm not shitting on anyone at all, but it feels like I'm more likely to get ghosted or just like not acknowledged at all because I don't stream anymore, or because I'm not an overwhelmingly active member in their chats or their communities anymore, which again, it's my fault. I understand that, and it's nothing on them. They've got their own lives and beautiful communities going on, and I wish nothing but the best for them. I completely understand that this is just my fault. I get it. I really just don't feel like I really have much of a place anymore because of it, unfortunately. But I definitely still feel this way, I'm sure you could tell. But I do want to try and, in a sense, start over. When I was still around, as you know, and as you can clearly see, I rebranded to a male presenting VTuber. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but I live very close to public transportation, so you might hear like a train occasionally. Nothing I can do about that, sorry. But I went with a male presenting VTuber model / brand because I felt like it resonated a little bit more with me being a non-binary / like gender fluid person, of which I'm not entirely sure which one I fully like resonate with. It's really, gender's so weird. I love it, but I also kind of hate it at times. It was a very big push for me to do this, but at the same time it kind of feels like I shot myself in the foot a bit. I quickly realized the lack of, I don't want to say representation because that feels very like dramatic, or support really. The VTuber community and the vast majority of the artists around it are very much centered around more female / cutesy looks, which is fine. I love seeing it. I'm part of it as well. You know how much I love drawing pretty ladies. But there's still a very notable difference between like the pre-made models, which I'll be talking about, so might as well bring it up now. There's a very notable difference between how much a femme presenting individual gets compared to a male presenting person, and that really sucked whenever it kind of like came to fruition with the amount of people who don't draw guys, and I was like, oh, this sucks. I don't know why I didn't see this coming. But yeah, I figured for now I still keep up with the overall aesthetic of being a pale vampire with this kind of white ashy hair, blue eyes, and stuff like that. But I think it would be best to use a femme pre-made model, at least for the time being. I do have a male one that is in the process of being made, but with how long these things take, it's probably not going to be for another few years, which rightfully so. This artist is amazing, and they should take all the time that they need to. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to create my own models anymore like I used to back in the glory days of being unemployed. And I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on someone to make me a custom model, though I very much wish I could, because these artists deserve all the money and so much more with how amazing they are. So issues with me being a broke boy and not the artist. I don't want that to be misconstrued. But there is one pre-made model that is fan presenting that I have my eye on. It has a very flat chest option, which is extremely important to me and help me kind of stick with a gender fluid vibe, at least for now. Okay, last bit here, because looking at the time, I'm already rambling too much. As for my content goes, I will no longer be playing Dead by Daylight, and that will no longer be my main game. Occasionally, I play it, maybe here and there, but I genuinely, not even joking, I don't think it's healthy for me. My blood pressure just spikes anytime I see someone running towards a pallet. I go, oh, I swear to God. Anytime I see Dead Hard, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot deal with this. But yeah, it's just not healthy for me anymore, and it makes me angry in ways that I have never experienced before. And this is coming from someone who's played League of Legends and since 2011, okay? Pallets do something to me, I swear. But I'd like to focus on things that I love, which is cosplay. That's a new one, right? Drawing, of course, obviously. Then gacha games, which I love so much. Primarily, I would be streaming Uma Musume. I love it. It's such a good game, and it's very easy to play for long periods of time every day. Not saying I would be able to stream every day, but you know what I mean. Now, when it comes to the cosplay IRL creation streams, I will not be showing my face. It'll all be like hand cam streams and just views that doesn't show my face. So everything but, basically, because I'm not ready. But yeah, as you can obviously I'm using OBS right now. Obviously, I'm working on getting everything kind of set up to how it used to be. It just takes forever with all the extra shit that we used to have. But I just need a little bit more time to get things sorted out, and for this pre-made model to release, for me to feel like comfortable streaming regularly again. But yes, thank you for listening to me ramble, and I hope to see you around. Thank you.